All right, this lesson is on changing the subject of a formula. Okay, in other words, when they ask you to solve for A, or solve for Z, or solve for T, it's basically you are getting that by itself. So I'm going to give you a few examples up here, and then we're going to work through a few of them together. So the basic first one is just your straight linear equation. And I was just doing something today in my college algebra class that I wish I could show you. I don't think I have any of them up here still, no. But what we were doing is based and rooted in this. Like we had to combine like terms that did not look alike, okay? So for instance, if I told you 10 plus 2x equals 14, how would you solve that for x? You would subtract 10. You would say 2x equals 4, and then you would divide by 2. So x would equal 2. Well, we're going to have something very similar. Write this one down anywhere. In fact, flip to the back. No, there's no back on this one. There's no back page. Find a space that you can write these examples down. Okay, x equals 4n plus 7m. Make m the subject of the formula. Okay, x equals 4n plus 7m, make m the subject of the formula. So in other words, what I want you to understand is when they ask this phrase, that means solve for m. Write that down. Solve for m. Make m the subject you're solving for m. Now, right here, you need to combine 10 and 14 because they were both constants, correct? Okay. Here, none of the terms are alike. Am I? Are you staying with us? So what we've got going on up here is we have nothing that's alike. We have x and 4n and 7m. So what we've got to do is, what are we solving for again? M. So we need to get all the non-m terms together. So what are my non-m terms up here? X and 4n. So I want those on one side. How would I move something? I got to get those together. So what am I going to move? Subtract the 4n. Now I can't write that as one nice, neat little number because they cannot be combined. Now what would I do to get n by itself? I'm sorry, m. That's supposed to be an m. What am I going to do to get m by itself? Divide by 7. So now you have made m the subject of the formula. Okay? So let's look at your packet that I gave you. And I want you to work the first 3. Okay, let's look at the first one together. What do they want you to make as the subject of the formula? What are you solving for? P. Do you see it says make P the subject of the formula? Is everybody following me? So I want you to circle or identify the non-P terms. What are they? M and 3 in. Those I want to get together on one side. So what will I do? Subtract the 3 in, and that gives me 2p, and then to get p by itself, I will divide by 2. So this is your answer for number 1. Okay? Go ahead and do number 2 and number 3 for me. Okay, number 2, what are we making the subject? C, okay? So I want to highlight C. That means I need to move what? The 4. So how am I going to move it? By adding 4. So I add 4 to both sides, so that gives me A plus 4 equals 3C. Then what? Divide by 3. Okay, what am I making the subject in number 3? B, okay? So that means I need to combine P and 2A. I'm going to subtract the 2A. That gives me P minus 2A equals 2B. Then divide by 2. Okay? Questions on this part before I show you a couple of other kinds? Yes, sir.
Say it says like 2p minus 2a, it says like 2p minus 2a equals 2b, and you can divide by 2, would you?
You can. You sure can. They may allow a simplified and a non-simplified form. Okay, let's look at this one. Everybody write this one down. Y equals 2/3 T plus S. Okay, Y equals 2/3 T plus S. Okay, we're going to make T the subject. Now, you know obviously what to do first. What will I do first? Subtract the S. So that gives me Y minus S equals 2/3 T. That's okay. Now, 2/3 and T are being multiplied, but I do not want this. No. No. Just in case you didn't hear me, no. We're not dividing by 2/3. Do I have a denominator up here? Yes. What is it? 3. So I'm going to multiply by 3. Tell me, did I do that correctly?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not worried about the t just yet. I'm asking when I multiplied by 3, is that the correct answer?
No.
No. I've got to multiply the everything by 3. So that needs to be 3y and negative 3s. Do y'all see what I'm talking about? Who said parentheses a second ago? Okay, so Audrey, the other way you could have written it is just like that. And that's okay too. Okay? Now what will I do to get the t by itself? Divide by 2. So I don't care which one of these forms you like. Okay, whichever one you see is the best one for you to do. But you see, my point is we're not going to divide by a fraction. We're going to multiply by the denominator, divide by the numerator. Okay, and then the last example that I want to give you is, we're going to see. All right, make note of this one. And so we got 3 parentheses x minus 5, and I want x to be the subject. All right. Who can tell me what they think I would do first here? Xander?
3x minus 15.
Okay, very good. Audrey, is that what you were going to say? Distribute. 3x minus 15 equals y, and once I do that, what will plus 15. So 3x equals y plus 15. Divide by 3. There you go. Okay. These are your basic equations that they could give you next week for changing the subject of a formula. Okay, so what I want you to do right now is we did 1, 2, and 3. Let's do 4 through 9 right now. 4 through 9, and we're going to check your answers.